Welcome to this lesson. Today, you're going to learn how to use the word appreciate in many different sentence structures, all of them quite advanced sentence structures. Of course, I'm Jennifer from jforcenglish.com, and this channel is dedicated to helping you feel confident speaking English in public so you can take your career and your life to the next level. Now, before we go any further, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new lesson. Now, let's dive in with this lesson.
So I wanted to discuss appreciate. And we reviewed this in the last coaching call. And this was a sentence I corrected for a student. And the sentence the student submitted was, I really appreciate devoting your time. And I corrected this. And then after the coaching call, I realized that the word appreciate can be used in many different sentence structures. All of them are very common. So I wanted to make sure that everyone felt comfortable using them in more advanced sentence structures. So that's what we're going to just review now. So our first sentence structure that we can use is you can appreciate plus a noun. So this is the sentence structure. You would have obviously subject and then your verb appreciate conjugated with your subject, time reference, and subject as well. And then followed by the word appreciate, you have a noun. A noun is either a something or a someone. So you can say, I appreciate your time. So most likely that's what we need to do here is just get rid of this word devoting and just put, I appreciate something. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your help. You can also just appreciate someone. I appreciate you. Or you can use it in the negative. My boss doesn't appreciate everything I do for this company. So this is probably the most common sentence structure with appreciate. Another sentence structure when you want to talk about someone else is what we needed here is a someone else. So with that, most likely you're going to use appreciate plus that and then a clause. Now, a clause, you need a subject, a verb, and a lot of the times an object, but at least you need a subject and a verb. So you can say, I appreciate that you spent your weekend helping me move. Now, this really means the same thing as I appreciated your help this weekend. Or we can say I appreciate now, even though you helped the weekend and it's already done, or it could be a future as well. I appreciate your help this weekend. So another sentence structure is we're just going to add the two words, the fact. When we do this, the meaning does not change between this one. I appreciate that and clause. When we add the fact, to me, it sounds more emphasized, making it a little bit more dramatic, stronger. I appreciate the fact that you spent your weekend helping me move. Again, just emphasizing it. Again, we can just simply say, I appreciate something, your help this weekend. Now, this is a sentence structure that most likely many students aren't using or they're not using correctly. And they're not using it correctly because of what happens after the WH. So we have appreciate, then WH, which is who, what, when, why, where, or how. We consider how a WH. And then we still need a clause. So you have a subject, verb, and object. So we don't have a verb beside the WH. We have a subject, okay? So you could say, I appreciate who they are as people. So who is our WH, and then we have a clause. They are subject, verb. Now, honestly, this really just means I appreciate them. It's just another way of saying it, really. And that's what I want you to understand from this, is that there are many different ways in English to say the same thing. And they're all correct. They're just simply different grammatical structures. And when you feel really confident with your English, it's because you're able to use different structures and understand how to use them correctly, and understand when the meaning changes and when the meaning doesn't change as well. You could say, I appreciate everyone who sent in a question or questions, who sent in a question. I appreciate what you're trying to say. I appreciate what you do for this company. I appreciate when you submit your questions. I appreciate where you're trying to take this company. Or I appreciate why you feel you deserve a promotion. Now, how? A lot of times when we use how, you're going to see much. I appreciate how much you do for this company. So this is a more advanced sentence structure, but I really encourage you to get comfortable with it. But make sure you pay attention that the WH plus a subject. A final sentence structure that you can use is appreciate, and then a pronoun, and then a gerund. This is also a more advanced structure. You can say, I appreciate you helping me today. So here, this is exactly the same as I appreciate your help today, or I appreciate the fact that you helped me today. I appreciate how much you helped me today. Ultimately, they're saying the same thing. They're just really different sentence structures.
Awesome job with this lesson. Now make sure you leave some examples using your new vocabulary in the comments below. And if you found this lesson helpful, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe. And before you go, make sure you head on over to my website, jfortisenglish.com, and download your free speaking guide. In this guide, I share 6 tips on how to speak English fluently and confidently. And until next time, happy studying! Awesome job with this lesson, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye!